Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course from New Earth One Network. This is designed exclusively for your higher self connection and embodiment. Welcome to this introduction to an upcoming online virtual retreat, Expanding Consciousness. This is an event with a multitude of beautiful spiritual teachers, and we are excited to be here. I'm with Laurie Reyon, an interdimensional and interspecies communicator. Hi, Laurie. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Loren. It's awesome to be here with you and be co-creating this expansive, wonderful event. I'm so excited about it.
Yes, we're really excited about it too. We're going to share a little bit about what this is. It's over the course of 2 days on a weekend in March, and it's a series of presenters designed to share their wisdom and really up-level all of those who watch or listen to it. And you, Laurie, were inspired to create this program. Tell us what inspired you in this way.
Well, Expand Your Consciousness is the name of the event. And that statement has been sort of an umbrella for the blossoming of maybe the last 12 years of my business in the formation of the Omnidimensional Mystery School. I first did my first Expand Your Consciousness event, I think in 2010, here in Southern California. It was after I'd worked with the Flower of Life teachings and Dren Below Melchizedek, and I was beginning to teach people how to activate their Merkaba, how to balance their pineal gland, and how to open up to what I call interspecies communication, which is animal communication, guide communication, spirit, using the pineal gland effectively. There's so many people still, even now, that don't really know how to do that, and they don't really believe in their divine gifts so that they can expand their consciousness, right? So we've kept that umbrella, and it became a tradition for 10 years to do an Expand Your Consciousness event in one or more of the Hawaiian Islands, and begin to study the Lemurian history. And the whales and dolphins, of course, come back to Hawaii. Well, I should say the whales come back to Hawaii every year to mate and birth. So I always had my retreat there. And over the years, I started taking my partner, Master Cat Buddha, with me. And we had just incredible events under that title. And I don't know, since the pandemic, I was just inspired to expand it even more and work with you, Loren, and bring in more and more amazing speakers. The speakers that are a part of this conference are the people that I go to listen to. They're mentors, they're teachers, they're planetarians, according to Buddha. That's my partner, the cat. They're powerful, and they're passionate about sharing the gifts that God has given them and their connection to the earth, to help create the new earth and to help humanity rise up each day, awaken more. It's really incredible. And I think we can announce we're so happy that just recently Patricia Cota Robles added on as our keynote speaker. I know many of you know her and probably follow her. If you don't, you should. She's so loving, so wonderful, and she channels the company of heaven. So fantastic messages, processes come through her. She sponsors the Congress of Illumination every year, what thousands of people are a part of, to raise the vibration and work with the grids of the earth. And that's just one of our speakers. So we're going to tell you all about them, though, right?
Yes, I love all of the speakers, and it's glad that you shared that they're your mentors, because they really are on a mission to assist this planet, as you were saying.
Right.
And
Right.
so It's really interesting. Expand your consciousness. That has been a subtitle line of Quantum Conversations and Acoustic Health, our site as well. And it really is, it could be seen as maybe an esoteric word or a definition, but when you say expand your consciousness, what is that definition for you? What does that mean?
Well, there's levels to it. And the first level in recent years of my study is that you can't really be who you are here on this planet if you don't discover your own freedom, your own ability to care for yourself. I'm going to call it self-love, your connection to Mother, Father, God in your physical body, and that you honor that and you work with that. Are we perfect? Heavens no, but we're working on it every day, right? To raise our vibration, to be more active, to be more proficient. And I'm going to call it that we're working towards becoming conscious creators in thought, word, and deed. And so when we do that, we find ourselves, and again, the heart to the third eye connection being the spirit communication device God has given us, we find it expanding. And most people will find themselves having more clairaudience, which is the ability to hear beings that are not necessarily in the physical, or their beautiful animal friends. That comes through clairaudience. Clairsentience is trusting the feeling state and coming more in tune with that. I always say in all of our classes and all the work I do with Buddha and the dolphins and whales, they teach us that our society has taught us many beliefs that are untrue, and we have to undo those. We have to integrate ourselves and teach ourselves about awareness, which is to come back to the feeling state, to come back to the heart, which is the source of love and the source of solution energy. And then when we're in our mind and we try to figure it out, we try to analyze it, we try to go right and wrong, judgment, all of this leads us on this path of what I would say chaos and destruction. And you see that happening all around you in the world as people do awaken. You also see more and more people coming into their hearts every day too. Like the flowers are blooming in the field as well, being more souls awakening. So when we can help others through whatever it is that you've been given to share, expand their consciousness, the grids of humanity, I don't know, it's the coherence that we all create together expands. And just walking into a store or driving your car down the street, coming into a room, when you're in the purity of your heart and you feel that power of the divinity within you running through you. And it's not ego, it's just a reality of acknowledging who you are. The codes of creation come out of you. And this is what the whales teach us. They ripple out of you and they begin to affect everyone because light is powerful. Light is expansive. And darkness is, it's constricted. It's based on fear. And a fear, if we've all experienced fear. Fear is the absence of love. And it's not comfortable. It doesn't feel good to be in fear. So these codes of creation that are based on the vibration of love and consciousness continue to be shared and then expanded and shared and expanded, shared and expanded. And the ripples of love go out to the world. And I don't know about you, Loren, but we see people's lives change. Certainly my life has changed. And I'm looking for even more expansive change. I think for me, for example, I think a lot of us are in maybe what we were going to call the final stages of healing the old karma, of letting go of things that have maybe held us back or plagued us. And the universe is teaching us from that place. So that's not always comfortable, but it's important and it's necessary. So we're coming through it, right? We're coming into the light more expanded, more aware, more available. And to quote again my partner, Master Buddha, she always says, all of this isn't even real until you share it. So we're here to share it, and we're here to help others share it. Okay? So that's a good mission statement.
That is, and Buddha, who breaks through Seth, gave a beautiful quote that I'll share as well, and it's sharing is what makes love real.
Yes,
Wrote
absolutely.
that down on a sticky note when you shared it with me last time. And I love that because what we're really doing here is taking that journey from our head to our heart and expanding consciousness, I would say in a nutshell, is coming into the heart. Expanding consciousness is awakening that heart center even more. And so it's that beautiful because I really believe that with that shift of December 21st, 2012, that this is what's happening. It's the shift from the head to the heart. And
I believe it too. Yeah.
With the recent turn of events on our planet with the pandemic, more people were awakened to the call of their heart. So that really is beautiful. And so people who are watching or listening to a program like this are really those who are leaders for the new earth. They've been
Yes.
on this path for a while, and they've been doing this work, clearing out the density. We clear out the
Mhm.
density so the higher information can come through and the
Mhm.
trust can come through that what we're getting is actually real. It's not just made up. It's not our imagination. It's coming from
Right.
somewhere. And
Right.
that's beautiful. So when we talk about expanding consciousness, opening up to other realms, it really is interesting how sometimes we may not trust. We may not trust in that. We've gotten stories of people speaking light language suddenly,
Mhm.
or beings will come to them and they'll hear things or feel things. And what do you do, Laurie, to overcome the mind, the ego mind that steps in to say, oh, that's not real? Because I think that's where some people still are. We were
Right.
so
Right.
close to being there, but then that ego mind comes in and just says, oh, who are you to channel
Right. That's
this
right.
card? Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, your ego mind, or your analyzer, I call it, will challenge you because it's been in control for a long time. Or it thinks it's in control, I should say. It's really not. It just thinks it is. So I teach now, when we teach people to come into the heart in a physical sense, to navigate their consciousness into their heart, and to retrain themselves throughout the day, every day, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, to keep returning to the heart. You will start to see your life change. You will start to see the way people react around you. You'll start to see abundance flow to you. You'll start to see new opportunities be available to you. And you'll learn to trust what I call the feeling state. This is so important, you people, because when we're in the feeling state of the heart, this is where creation actually takes place. In other words, let's just break it down. Buddha would say, God had to feel you into creation. He didn't think you into it. You were everything that's creative on our planet, or passionate, that is sustainable, is done right here. It's done through the heart. It's done through somebody's feeling state of joy, happiness, love, success, self-empowerment. Everybody's analytical state of fear. Oh, I don't know if I can do it. What if I can't? Oh, everyone's judging me. I don't know if anyone likes me. All of that is going to crash you. It's going to just bring you back down into the very harsh third dimensional world of duality, which, by the way, is an illusion. So you're kind of lost in your own, horror movie, so to speak. And I don't want to be negative, but you don't have to be. You don't have to buy into that. Well, we're all taught that. I was taught that. I was taught, even I don't mean any disrespect, but even in the religion I was raised in, you're taught to fall on your knees, that you're not worthy, that only, someone else can save you. And the great master Jesus, that I love very much and have a deep connection with, would tell you, stand up and be empowered. Stand up and rise up in greater things than I did, you will do. And that doesn't happen by falling on your knees and going, oh, I hope I can do it. It doesn't. It comes from uh, feeling from here the divinity flowing through you, the eternal, immortal self, the soul, and your connection to the earth herself, who, by the way, helped create you in your physical form. So when you get to know your mother, you get to know nature at some level, and you get connected back to the sun, which is the portal. Sunlight is the portal for source to come here. Everything changes. It does. It's that simple. It isn't complicated. But you do have to be willing to let go of the old ways, which, no offense, aren't working. They're not working. And if they are working, they're only working like this much, where you could have it all the way up here. You can have unlimited potential through the gifts that every single human here has been given. I only recently came into my consciousness that every soul on this planet, and some people probably going to challenge me on this, but this is what I was told. Every single soul, no matter how dark they are, was a master at one point. They have the mastery of self-empowerment, or they wouldn't even be on this planet. Have they gone dark, maybe many lives, even before Earth? Yeah, probably. But that doesn't mean they're not loved, and it doesn't mean they don't have the potential to change. Does that help? I mean, it's like we all have this incredible potential, even ones that you might consider lost. And so by sharing love, like you said, Loren, we share it, then we can't make anybody do anything, but there's certainly a greater opportunity when people can tune into the team of humanity, the team of spirit, the team of nature, the team of, we'll call the celestial beings of light, the angels that are all around you. They're here. They're here. Just last night, I was sitting in a chair. It was the end of the day. We were ready to go to bed. and runs over to the patio door, puts her paws on the patio door out, and it's dark. There's no lights on out there, and she's just like this. I have pretty good sight, clairvoyance, but not necessarily in the dark. And I said, "What's going on?" Lots of angels are here. Lots of angels. I'm like, "Are you greeting them?" "Oh yeah, I'm so happy they're here." So let's live in that world. Let's do that.
Yes. Let's live in that world. That just feels so natural and beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
so when we talk about expanding consciousness, it really means looking at doing everything the opposite of what we've been told.
Right.
And when we do that, things do open up. I know
Yes.
in my life, in December 21st, 2012, I was waiting for like a flashpoint or a love fest, a spontaneous love fest. And when that
Mm-hmm.
didn't happen, I was kind of dismayed and very depressed for a couple of weeks, actually. My husband said, "Are you ever going to be happy again?" And I realized that doing the show, doing quantum conversations and all these other programs with spiritual teachers, that the shift does happen, and it happens one heart at a time, and it happens as consciousness expands. So
Right.
that really is beautiful, and
Yeah.
a new world is coming from that. So
Yes.
it really is a return to love as we expand
Hmm.
consciousness.
We want it to
Yeah.
be an opening, because all of the speakers coming together and all of you, we're going to raise up the consciousness, not just for ourselves, but for the world. It's going to happen. It is happening. So can we introduce them? Can we talk about the speakers? Okay, I'm going to share. Here we go. So just for fun, this is our website. It's called Expand Your Consciousness. March 18th and 19th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And by the way, if you can't sit and watch it, like when it's being presented live, we're going to have a replay page so you can visit it at any time and you'll have access to that so that you can see the speakers. So we were thrilled to find out that Patricia's going to be a part of this. She's absolutely amazing. As I said earlier, she channels the company of heaven. She will have profound information for us. I always look forward to hearing her. And here's some of the other speakers. Of course, there's myself and my partner. There's Loren. We're going to be speaking as well. Celia Fenn,
Beautiful.
Elizabeth Wood, Emmanuel Dagner, Peter Tung. Peter's known for the gene keys. I just love hearing him talk. I never get tired of hearing him talk. And Rita Melchizedek, of course, Laura Eisenhower, Grandma Chandra. Do you want to say anything, Loren, about these wonderful speakers?
These beautiful souls have been on the path for so long, and they really are doing tremendous work. And it's really exquisite how all of these presenters stand they stand on their own pinnacle, on their own 2 feet, connected from the inner realms, and yet the information they bring through corroborates with everyone. So I find that fascinating. And Grandma Chandra, she is truly amazing. She is multidimensional. I think she comes from the 13th dimension. And her story with her mom, Kat, that is a cosmic love story. And it's
Yes.
so beautiful to have her joining us as well, because Laurie, she's assisted you with the whales and channeling
Yes.
the white
Yes.
whales.
I've hosted her here in San Diego many times. And then I think I've had Grandma in Hawaii with me maybe 5 or 6 times. I don't know. For many years we did. And she goes out on the boat with me, and she loves the whales and dolphins like I do. And she recognizes them as the elders. She is just crazy, crazy, wonderful and expansive. She's in a disabled body, which, by the way, has been healed significantly over the years. But she doesn't speak as we do. She speaks telepathically. So years ago, when I was hosting her at an event, um, she was setting up this beautiful pyramid that she has with copper and crystals, and then we put like a couple of chairs in the middle where she would sit with her mom, who normally is her voice, right, her translator. And we were getting ready to start the event, and Kat said to her, "Come on, Grandma, it's time to go. Let's go. The people are here. Time to start the event." And she said, "No, no, no." Like, "Oh no, what's going on?" I was at the door, taking tickets and stuff for the event. And she said, "I want Laurie. I want Laurie. I want Laurie." And I went, "Okay, I think I can make it off the door." I was ready to run. I was like, "No, no, 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 no." At that point, I was channeling only cats and dolphins. And she said, "No, I want Laurie." And so, anyway, I meekly got up and went and sat next to her. And I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And something happened. She dropped some kind of energy device. I felt it come down like around my neck. It was like a piece of rope, but it wasn't tight. And then I could hear her. I mean, just like clear as you and I are talking. And I gave the message, of course, it was her message. And then I realized at the end of that, you know what I realized? I realized, you know what? I'm going to have to do this the rest of my life. She's going to keep going on me. And she did. She did. So, I mean, it was so scary the first time to be her voice. But I love her. I love her, like a sister. So she's amazing.
I'm certain that most people, she goes through the dream space and visits most of us, if not all of us, on
Yes.
various points. I remember years ago, before I even interviewed her the first time, she was in my dream space, and it was really wild. It was very healing as well. It was like an upgrade for me
Yeah.
in consciousness. And then I confirmed that with her mom, Kat, and said, what was going on there? And she totally corroborated what I had witnessed. So it is amazing. It's really beautiful. And those who know Laura Eisenhower, they know, I mean, she goes deep into reality, and it can get a little dark and a little dense as she brings forward the truth. But what I love about it is that she's on a mission. She's on a mission for the light based on this information that she's aware of. So she's always really fascinating to hear speak, and she'll have some good information about our ability to heal ourselves, right? Our ability to
Absolutely. And she brings in Sophia, the goddess energies as well. She's
yes.
she's a powerful speaker to hear. Yeah, very
Of
much
course,
so.
Rita Melchizedek is with the Melchizedek and Pleiadian Light Network. And Rita always gives us intergalactic, higher dimensional transmissions that raise our vibration, that again help us clear out density and connect. We just did something recently with the Starlight Temple of Isis, and connecting with that was just so beautiful that it could literally knock you out of your conscious mind, your ego mind, and your feeling body absolutely comes alive. So it's always wonderful with Rita and all of her transmissions. Elizabeth Wood deals a lot with the DNA and upgrading our consciousness based on, again, getting out the density, going so deep within ourselves, really sitting with all that we feel in our body so that we can embrace what we're feeling, to let it go. And she'll describe what that's all about. Recently, she told of these great white light waves that came to our planet. One was at the end of last year, and then most recently in January, which really helped us move out a lot more density as well. And so it's just fascinating to hear her and her information that comes from within and doing the work. And these speakers are really great to ask questions as well, because they can take us deep down a rabbit hole. If we wanted to talk about ETs, experiences with ETs, all of it, really good ways to ask questions during this virtual retreat. And Emmanuel, he is a powerful speaker. His book, Easy Peasy, right, is all about abundance and, again, clearing out the programming of lack consciousness. When we clear out the programming of lack consciousness, we catch ourselves using words that keep us in loops of repeating patterns, where then suddenly we can say, I'm free of that. I'm standing in the light. I'm standing in my heart. And as you said, Laurie, that allows us to bring miracles in our lives and new things and abundance and success, and most importantly, joy and happiness. So it's wonderful to have him here as well. And then
He's a
Peter,
joy master.
he's a joy master. I love that.
He's like a joy master. He's just this bubbling, light-filled being that's, going, come on over here and play with me. He's so exciting to be around, to hear him talk. He's just all about love.
And you'll be walking away in a bubble of love, and hopefully it
Yes,
anchors
yeah.
your heart. Yeah. And now the gene keys. This is a very hot topic as well, because it reveals so much about our connection to astrology and how we are physically made up and the patterns that we come into. And you've had a reading with
I
Peter.
have. I'm telling you, my connection to him is so incredibly deep. It's so personal. And I think that if you worked with him, you would feel that too. It's like he can look into you and see uh, the architecture of your soul, so to speak, the Akash, the beauty of the gifts that you've been given, and acknowledge them through the gene keys. And this starts by reading, of course, your a chart, where you were born, and so that's where it starts. But he lays it all out for you, and it does it with such love. And again, this man is so passionate about what he does, and he's so loving. Um, and then I've heard him speak, on many other platforms. It's just amazing. He's just he's just upliftment and empowerment. And the work that I do with the dolphins is all connected to the genes. So we have a lot in common in our different paths in the way we present everything. And I love to see how everything sort of dovetails together from these different speakers and their different gifts with the work that I'm doing and the work that you're doing. And one person's process will just help expand or accelerate another person's process. And all of this knowledge and wisdom that's going to come together is going to help everybody with what I call core level healing, to where we can claim more of the mastery of our gifts and bring them more into awareness. And again, those words just keep coming back about to become a conscious creator, using the power of love and thought, word, and deed. And along with that comes you opening up to clear communication. And I don't just mean verbally, I'm talking, telepathically, clairsentiently, to the animals around you. Don't be surprised as after coming to an event like this and hearing these people that parts of you are going to awaken that will delightfully surprise you. I just know it. So it's going to, obviously we're very excited about it.
Yes. And
Wanting to share it.
I love the opportunity that these speakers are presenting as well, because each one of them has a unique special offer that they will be sharing for our group. So that's going to be a surprise for those who come into attendance. And we love that. So Celia Fenn, we've been following her, oh my goodness, for so long. And she is here to raise the vibration for New Earth. Tell us about your love for Celia Fenn.
I again have followed her for a number of years, and I every time I hear her speak or I, visit her work in some way, I feel so shifted. You can just look at her smile and see how passionate she is about what she brings forward, and her ability to tap into that inner core of what can shift us and bring us back to the light. She's she has a deep connection as well to the dolphins and whales, recognizing them as the elders. So we share that. I know that you're all going to be uplifted by listening to her. She's amazing.
Yes, we're happy to have her and all these beautiful speakers. And Patricia Diane Cota Robles is exquisite in her wisdom that she channels from the company of heaven and the realms of illumined beings. And wow, when we are in her vibration, as she shares in the past, she shared about Lemuria and who we are and why we are here. Her book, Who Am I? Why Am I Here? Is
Yes.
one many people have read. And I can say there's so many people that I've talked with that have mentioned how her books have literally changed the path of people's lives.
Yes.
And Yeah, even mine. I know it's amazing. Once we open up to our hearts like this, our world does change.
Yes.
So it really is beautiful. And the wisdom that comes through, the vibration that comes through from each of these speakers is what
Mm.
elevates all of us.
Yes. I believe I like this word, immerse ourselves in these fields of light that each of these amazing speakers will bring in. And remember, what was we create the light body? That's the focus of what I'm doing now with the dolphins and whales. Is we're creating a vibration where we can carry more wisdom, and we can remember more about who we really are, and connecting to the star family. And in that way, we can create a higher vibration to live within, and your life just becomes more expansive in every way. And in the way it comes together, in the details of your personal life, and the way I would say you combine and partner with spirit to be an asset to the planet herself, to the vibration of the grid systems, and how we're building the new earth day by day, moment by moment, vibrations rising each day together, that we claim this new world together. So I think that's great. Lauren, you should tell us about you and what you're going to do.
Well, I thank you. I will be sharing about higher self connection. I have a hypnosis process that is through well point hypnosis, and it doesn't matter the process of hypnosis. I know that when a person relaxes enough the physical body and can get into the heart in this way through the relaxation of the physical body, the connection from the higher self or with the higher self is there. And I have witnessed people hearing the voice of their higher self. I've heard a person under hypnosis, the voice change when the higher self comes in, and it is undeniable. And you will never forget that sound once you make that connection. And this is where the wisdom comes from. It's no longer a connection of the higher self. It's more of an embodiment of the higher self.
Yes.
And higher self is a non-judgmental, no nonsense part of you that is here telling you you're exactly where you're meant to be, that every experience is what you're here for. And when we tune in this way, the wisdom that comes through is so comforting. Literally, it's how I have developed New Earth One Network. It allowed me to get out of my own way, where I was able to see how I was resisting or denying myself. I was asking the universe, asking the angels, asking my higher self for wisdom on certain elements in my life. And yet my ego brain was in the way, doubting, limiting. And so with the help of my higher self and just tuning in more and more, taking the steps that my higher self gave me, again, it is the way of New Earth. And so if that's all we do, I say that to many of the speakers, if that's all we do is help someone make that connection, we've done our job. And
Yeah.
this is a mission for everyone now. Once we do this in our own life, we can help others do it in the lives of others. And I think many of us now are working to clarify what it means to be in the heart, and helping our partners, our spouses, our family members, our loved ones, our friends to learn really what that heart connection is too. So we're really close. We're being assisted on the planet by it in the collective. You can look out there and think maybe we're not that close because there's still people acting a little foolishly, but on the greater scale in the collective, I believe that there is less of a tolerance for people behaving badly. So let's just watch what goes on through this next course of time in our linear year and see what happens as more and more people step up, connected with their higher self, connected with wisdom. Because wow, the gifts that we see coming through from people, wow, when your higher self shows you your Akashic records, that is wisdom that will change your life, that will help you reclaim your gifts and move forward in a way that you can share. So it really is wonderful. And we're going to be talking about higher self-connection and embodiment, and also what you do to be that joyful person, to bring your passion forward, to do what you love and have it support you on the planet. That's really what it's about. And so I'll be sharing more on how you can really live your passion and let that joy be the creative codes that you talked about and do things for our earth. So I'm excited.
Beautiful. Also, I think we can mention that on Friday, March 10th, we're going to
Yes.
have a panel interview. We're going to have many of the speakers will be present. It'll be a live interview, right, on Friday, March 10th, and they can expect to get an email telling them how they can tune into that. So you can meet some of the speakers online and, you know, have a personal connection with them before the actual event, and find out more about the event or what they're going to be speaking on.
That's totally free. We're going to
Yeah,
put that,
totally free.
yeah, we're going to put that on Zoom. We'll have it on YouTube in case the Zoom room gets full so that people can always watch it. But that'll be right here on this webpage as well. And people will get an email if they're on our email list. We'll make sure that people do know about it. I love that panel because, again, it will give the flavor of each of the speakers and the vibration of the speakers. So if people have not heard any of these folks talk yet, that's a great opportunity. Not everyone will be there, but it's going to be a nice introduction. And that is happening, as you said, on March 10th with a replay immediately available. So very
Very
good.
exciting. Hope you guys can join us and
Please join
be a
us.
part of this amazing event.
Well, thank you, Laurie, for inviting us to share in this. We are excited and putting it together. We really hope to see everyone there. It's a beautiful program. We'll see you on March 10th, the free Zoom event, and we hope to see you in the online virtual retreat. Anything else you'd like to share, Laurie?
Well, I'm just going to take a moment here. It's not every day that my partner here wants to say hello, so.
Puda. Hi, Puda.
Yes. So, Huda is an aspect of the soul of Seth. I think a lot of people know that. She's just as connected to the whales and dolphins as I am, and we'll be doing, you know, some light body activations to help each person connect to the great whales and to realign our DNA. It's going to be fabulous. So I know when we're complete, everyone will be carrying more light as we go forward, more empowered, right?
We will
Out into
carry
the
the
world.
light and we will activate our light bodies even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Embodiment,
thanks.
embodiment.
Yeah. So thank you so much for doing this with me today, Loren, and thank you and blessings to all of you. And we'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon. Mhm.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.